Yeah.
The poser from Pretty Fly for a White Guy, yeah.
Hey, just you should just give us a heads up when we're going. Let us know when all the channels are booted up.
Oh, yeah.
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 What about
Ooh,
what about
So you
Re
guys,
Queen Dad Ho?
Re Queen Dat Ho.
Yeah, instead of restream.io, what if it's Requeen that ho?
oh, that sounds like a winner. You should definitely get that domain like right now, like yesterday.
Yeah. Well,
They
no,
just
that's
probably
we're gonna change the website. We're gonna change their website, and instead it's just gonna be about like dating a divorcee.
she's on the prowl and she's not particularly picky.
Yeah.
oh, that
What
happened to
about that?
one of my better coworkers. He was recently divorced. Man, 35 and you're divorced already? Damn, son. Anyways,
Yeah.
That's
he's
probably
hooking.
for the best.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Get it done right. Get it done.
I'll
You find
remember
out
that.
real quick.
You know what
You
else is
probably
for the best?
probably 1 year changed on them.
What else is for the best?
Obviously, it's the Sons of Trier live streaming.
Oh, really?
Oh.
We've been live
Oh.
streaming for 20 minutes.
For like 30, actually. We doxed everyone multiple times. It was the whole thing.
Also,
Yeah, we're talking about beating up children.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
Okay.
we're gonna.
and again, my calculation was 600 children.
That's
It's
an
Okay, but
8-hour work week, right? Like that's
in a
8
work
hours
day.
a day. Damn,
how
son.
how am I in front of a fucking truck, and then like in front of me there's a tinier truck going slower than the big truck that has like its flashes on, that's like, I can't make it up the hill, good fellas. Go on without me. How the fuck did I then find a tinier pickup that's like, yeah, I can't do it either?
So, as you can hear, being piped in via radio frequency, we have
Yep.
Mr. Son of Trier, the beast
The
from the
second
east,
side.
the Jewish
Mhm.
feast, the
Yes.
man with no pubic hair.
Thank you.
I always make sure to include it because you, for some reason, always send the picture to the group chat.
Yes. Well, I'm glad that when you introduced me to your parents, that's the one you started with.
Yeah, obviously. The Dr. Dan Cohen.
Hey, hi everyone.
Also joining us, we have the illustrious Michael Jordan Peterson, artist formerly known as subcolon greatest ever of all time.
Machiavelli, the white Machiavelli,
Whiter Machiavelli.
the whitest Machiavelli.
Machiavelli.
That's like the evilest one you can find.
Yeah. He's not thug life. He's just straight up robber baron. Straight up ghoul life.
Whole life. Also joining us, ever appreciated, Monsieur Reposado. Hola, ¿cómo está?
Bonjour. Is that Spanish enough for you?
Yeah, we assume so. The rest of us are Americans, and therefore
Yeah.
speak exactly 0.3 languages.
Hold on, since I'm on the shitty audio, can I introduce the host now?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah, tonight's host, who boasts the most roast and throats the most goats.
Hey,
What?
we don't
You
need to
eat a
make
lot
this.
of goats.
We don't need to make this another thing. True
You
said
eat an
those goats
incredible-
wouldn't talk.
You eat an incredible amount of goat meat, and people should know that about you. You're just like, oh, fellas, I did it again. I killed a goat and ate it. And we're like, why? And you're like, I don't know. It was Tuesday. I was hungry. Used to eat goat meat all the time. It is longtime platonic life partner of the show, Mr. Jake Engels.
I'm like a begrudging wife.
Yes. Well, the cops have somebody pulled over. I should definitely show them that I'm on a cell phone.
Not only that, you're on a podcast. You're streaming.
Yeah. That'll be cool. What if I get my ass kicked on the fucking podcast by this cop?
We'll pay you extra. We'll double your salary this
Rock?
month.
We could be like, we'd be famous then. Okay. What the hell?
What's 2 times 0 again?
Hell is going
What?
We might hear him
How
be
many-
arrested on
How
show.
many Ben Shapiro's would it take to beat up a Candace Owens?
It's a lot. It's more than it should be.
Do you stack them? Like you have to stack them. How many do you have to stack to?
on?
I imagine it would be
Elite
an old school brawl situation where it's like a circle, like the Matrix. They're like fighting in the circle and they're coming at him. Ah, Ben Shapiro face. Ah.
But that's like the same question as
Oh,
how
that's
many
just-
children?
And
Because
she just like bitch last whoop the
Height.
first one.
And then all the
What's
rest of
the
them
second
fall in
one?
line.
do you have to stack them? No, you gotta stack the Shapiros.
Yeah,
One.
okay. So you
One.
talking like standing on shoulders?
Yeah.
Well, how many Alpha Shapiros is he allowed to have?
An Alpha Shapiro.
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't imagine that would help at all.
it's like a
I
three.
think that
It's
would
like a
make it worse.
it's like a
Might be a
3/4.
handicap.
It's like a 3/4 size Shapiro. The rest are all quarter size Shapiros. So they're a little bit more self confident somehow.
The Alpha Shapiro is the fastest talking one.
It is the fastest talker.
They have
Is that
just like
all-
shut down all of Route 22 up past Blairsville.
Oh man. I don't know where
Yeah,
that
they-
is, but I'm sorry.
They got a good mile of car just like there's nobody stopping fucking traffic, but they've completely shut down like the speed lane. Right?
Good. Apparently.
Oh, the
And, like,
the other.
And like
The
they're like
podcast is
roping
not-
people off. I was doing 20 and one of the dudes screamed, "Slow the fuck down." And I was like, I'm doing fucking 20. What the fuck is going on this road tonight?
The last podcaster that said that crashed, and that's why traffic slowed down.
Yeah, that's true. This is what
Yeah,
the
no
police
shit.
are doing instead of stopping gun crimes.
Yeah, they're shutting down parts of Route 22 and screaming at me. I honestly though, like, to be fair, like that's a good way to spend taxpayer money. But like more, like I don't know, more authority figures probably should be screaming at me, right? 'Cause
I mean-
if they're not, I'm not really doing my job.
Yes, but they don't understand why they're screaming at you. So I don't know if that's a fair
don't-
assessment.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they don't. Do they really need to though? Like, just look at me. Like you've
It
seen
would
me
help.
in person. Do you think? I don't think. You look at me in person, and you're like, that's a guy who should get screamed at more.
I mean, yeah, probably.
He's gonna say something. Yeah.
Yeah, you should get berated once in a while. It builds character, right?
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, for the record, Candace Owens could totally fuck up Ben Shapiro. I don't know why that's a debatable question.
No, it's not a question of whether or not
No,
she
it was
could.
a-
It's how
Yeah.
many Ben Shapiros could she fuck up before the overwhelming Ben Shapiros took the win.
Ooh, okay. Does she have to fight them all at once, or is she fighting them in succession?
It is always
All
gladiatorial
at once.
style wave combat. Maxed out waves though. The waves get bigger the more she goes in.
Oh, okay. So, like, what's the numbers?
Yeah,
Like, do
what's
we
the
go from, like,
breaking point? Where if we release 100 Ben Shapiros, is that sufficient to defeat one Candace Owens?
definitely 100.
Okay.
Yeah, I
so
think
now we
Benny
now we can
definitely
wean
takes it at
down.
100.
50.
Probably.
50,
get a
I'm on the
50?
fence about. If she just starts with 50, I think she's got him. If she has to build up to 50, yeah, she's fucked because that means she's already fought 100.
Hmm.
I'm gonna take a
Hmm.
wild guess and say 252 because it sounds
252.
specific. Yeah, it sounds specific, but it's a pyramidal number because it's like you get the first Shapiro, she beats that up. The six Shapiro, she beats that up. Yeah, and they go
Okay.
18 Shapiros, 40 Shapiros, how they all
You
pile
know,
up. on her.
powers. Okay. I see you.
That'd be like what?
I thought it was like I thought it was like a
2
256 though, because he wouldn't be divisible.
252. It's not necessarily divisible. It doesn't matter. It's math shit. But like, it'd be like 7 waves. 7 waves max.
7.
7
Okay.
Shapiro
So does
waves.
the existence
Shapiro waves.
to give this a twist? Does the existence of alpha Shapiros change your math at all?
No, there is no such thing as an alpha Shapiro.
I'm
For
just
the-
telling you, bro. That they just talk faster.
They're not bigger in any way. They're just the fastest talking Shapiro.
No. His
That's what
like
makes you
his
the alpha
his
Shapiro.
his sister's giant breasts could be each considered an alpha Shapiro, but it's not like Candace Owens couldn't work over them white titties. So it's like I think she would get to only like wave
Oh,
3
that would
of
make it
if she had to
easier.
fight his sister.
That would make it easier to fighting his sister though, because then you got the
Yeah.
attention of all the Shapiros. And she just take them out while they're distracted.
Right.
I ask you this: How many Ben Shapiro sisters do you think you could take on before you give in?
I can only
Decide-
fuck like 5 of them before my dick would break.
Oh no! Before you give in and say I'll just allow them. to
Wait,
pile
when
up
did this
on me."
turn? I thought I was fighting.
Yeah, you I can't.
What?
Just line them up. Just we'll see.
Yeah, one.
Nah, I can fuck 5 of them before my
definitely
dick.
more than one. Definitely more than.
See,
What?
Yeah, 5 would be.
One is the
See, if
answer
you
to
were like-
Reposado's question, which was how many before you
just have to finish
surrender.
her, right? You just have to finish her, right? You don't have to like bust.
Well, I presume I'm gonna
say
bust, because why am I
anything
doing it
about
if I'm not gonna bust?
I didn't
I'm
say anything
saying
about
with her-
busting, bro.
I thought
I'm
you were just
saying-
I thought you were just playing the numbers games. You got to toss them. Get the next.
Here's the parameters. All right, they get 3 orgasms, I bust, and then we're done here. So in that math, that's 5 of them, 1 of me, and then we're out. Like that's it. We're good.
No. Hey, who said they were gonna bust? Because what's gonna happen is they're gonna beat your ass.
No, they're not.
Right?
No.
No,
It might
because
happen.
obviously, as
You're an
as
Adonis. Yeah.
as
I
a
get it.
liberal Jew and a conservative Jew, when we got together, we would hate fuck. Now,
Interesting.
interestingly enough, if you were to ask me how many Ben Shapiros can I fight, I'm taking 256 minimum. If you
Yeah.
ask me how many I could fuck, I don't know, probably 10.
I love how you just included that in these calculations. Okay,
Yeah.
that really
I'm-
fucks
I'm
up the
getting
thing I was gonna. That really fucks up the fight I was gonna bring up next.
Do
It
it.
was gonna be Chuck Schumer versus Nancy Pelosi.
Chuck Schumer, okay, are they fucking or are they fighting?
they're fighting.
They're
But
fighting?
you're gonna bring up the other one, so you
Ooh.
might as well bring up both.
Who
You might as well
takes
bring
that?
them both.
Chuck Schumer. Hang on.
Might as well do both.
Who takes that? Schumer or Pelosi?
No, none of them. They just die from fighting.
Yeah, they just collapse on the ground.
They die from exhaustion. This is
Now,
part of the
interestingly
medieval-
enough, Dianne Feinstein versus Chuck Schumer or versus Nancy Pelosi, she's taking 10. 10 of them are down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's straight cold.
Dianne Feinstein's a Russian woman, all right? Don't fucking pretend that she doesn't have a right hook.
Oh, she definitely
so what's
does.
the Feinstein, the hill dog ratio?
Ooh,
Oh.
shit. Okay.
Does Hillary
So,
get to use her
Hillary-
people to kill people?
No, it's
No.
got to be them personally.
Oh, okay.
You know she's.
I
good
got-
If
people.
that were the case, it would be over.
Okay, I got Feinstein losing to Hillary Clinton 3-1, right?
Oh.
So 3 Feinsteins down. But that multiplies out. So Feinstein can take 10 Schumers or Pelosi's. So that means Clinton can easily take 30 on. I'm factoring for age here.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they're just going to get tired at some point. But Clinton could beat the shit out. I don't think there's anybody in Congress right now that Hillary Clinton couldn't beat the shit out of at least one copy of
She's the final
before
boss.
she went down. Yeah, she is the final boss of like politics.
Yeah, you know she's. killed
If
someone
Jesse
before.
Ventura were still in politics,
Oh, if only.
Jesse Ventura would be, he would be a sweep. Like just all of them. Just there's not enough. There's not enough
Yeah,
can't-
He could take
yeah,
the
yeah.
entire congressional session.
He would actually think about it and plan it out and pace it and do his stretches and everything.
Yeah, the man's an
Are we
athlete.
doing this?
Yeah, whenever who's that really weenie guy, Ron, from Texas? What's his name? Louis Gomer. Whenever the Louis Gomers were in, he'd use him to like get some stretches out, like really give
Yeah.
himself some extra time. He
Right.
could have finished
No, I
Gomer.
think
He could have
Basically, that
absolutely
brings-
finished Gomert in seconds, but he'll take 2 or 3 minutes with it so that the wave timer doesn't hit too fast. It's like he'll be playing a video game with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's
basically,
gonna.
the
He's gonna time it.
Ventura brings it back to 5-year-olds.
All right, now here's one: 2 Madison Cawthorns versus 1 Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Ooh.
Oh,
I
Does
figured
he have
that
to
way it's
stay?
kinda
Does he
like
have
he
to
has
stay
that.
in the wheelchair?
Well, yeah, but that way he
I
can.
gotta
Like,
give that. I gotta give that to MTG. Gonna need a
I think so
couple more.
too. Now,
Yeah,
The reason
she
that
does
I-
look like she has a barbarian rage going on, right?
she does.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She
So
does.
just start spitting Q shit and then just
You know,
That
You know,
keeps
I
her pumped up. That's
turn
the
into a trash can.
pre-workout.
I heard the meanest comment about Marjorie Taylor Greene today. You know what it was?
What was that?
Well, she's as dumb as Lauren Boebert, but she's not hot like when Lauren was younger. You know who said that?
Or dad.
Lauren
Was
Boebert's
it Lauren
husband.
Boebert?
Her husband. Oh, I was close. I was surprisingly close.
Yeah, it was the pedophile. It was the pedophile who said it.
Of course, of course, he wants her to be younger, right? Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Hey, y'all got any of that time travel?
The time.
Does she have a child, perchance? I'm asking for myself. I'm Lauren Boebert's pedophile husband.
Oh God.
I hope that's how he introduces
Come on
himself.
now, we know. Come on now, we know they sacrifice them like goats.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Here's
That
one:
all
Lauren Boebert or Pramila Jayapal. Who's winning that fight?
Jayapal.
You think?
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's
give
a
it to
close one.
Jayapal.
Yeah, I kind of think that's a close one too. I actually think Ilhan Omar is scrappier, so I think she could take Boebert. I don't think
Oh yeah,
Jayapal
for sure, for sure. I agree. I think both, but I definitely
could.
agree
Yeah.
on Ilhan. She
Okay.
would fuck her up.
All right. Marjorie Taylor Greene or Katie
hair up?
Porter?
God.
I don't know,
MTG
man.
or Katie Porter?
Or
Oh.
Katie Porter?
Yeah,
I've
that
gone to
California
MTG with the
Senate.
Barbarian Rage.
Yeah,
You think?
You
Yeah.
never underestimate white woman racism going on. They got that power.
I don't
I
know.
don't-
They,
I don't-
It's the
she
same like
could
it's
have
like
she could have a surprise move. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
Yeah,
you didn't think you had me, haha.
I think once Katie Porter knows there are no more rules, I think she's got it because I think MTG like doesn't take it seriously.
Is MTG capable of understanding something to
I think
take it
Katie
seriously?
Porter's smarter, so she would have a hat trick under her head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She would
she
like,
got
get her
tactics.
real quick. You know what I mean?
yeah, she got the
Yeah.
tactics and the
MTG
strategy.
is just warming up her crazy, and she just goes in for the kill.
You're
Yeah.
already dead.
It'll be like that. It'll be like that. That chick from Kill Bill.
Yeah. So
You want the
I'm
Kill
I'm with
Bill?
you, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. All right. MTG versus Hillary Clinton.
Oh, Hillary,
Oh,
all
it was
day.
Hillary.
Yeah, Hill Dog for sure.
Kill Dog enter. How many are we talking though? I
Just
think
It's
two.
not a
probably
lot.
go with-
It's like 2. If you give her a second
Yeah, it's
MTG,
like 2,
it probably
3.
takes it.
You got 5.
Yeah.
I give it 5. I say Hillary can
You
take
give it
down.
5.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
you
You think
give him
Hillary
way.
can take 5?
Nah,
You're giving way
Yeah.
too much credit to
before,
Hill
man.
Dog.
No, come on, man. Hillary's killed people personally before.
See, I kind of compare
joking.
She's
Hilldog.
old.
I kind of
Yeah, I
compare
mean,
Hilldog to a
that's the
Palpatine.
experience.
She unleashes her dark powers, and then after a while, she's exhausted.
Oh, I get it. So
Oh,
you
too
think
much
like she's always
fighting.
holding a little back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you guys are afraid of fighting 5 50-year-olds and would rather fight 55-year-olds. I'm gonna guess, yeah, Hillary's gonna be more dangerous than she lets on.
Yeah, than a 5-year-old, sure.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
PG, she only has the blind barbarian rage going on. She only has that, crackhead energy,
Yeah,
get
you're
it.
right.
But Hillary,
Okay.
she's got like
Hill Dog is
the
straight cold.
experience of
She's
killing
ice
people.
cold. I can see Hill Dog choking her out barehanded.
Yep, and
Yeah,
easily.
Look at
too.
her, look at her dead in the eye.
They promised me the
Smiling,
presidency.
smiling while doing it.
Look
They,
MTG dead in the eye while she
It
goes
was
into
my
a void.
turn.
yeah, they promised me the presidency, but now, bitch, you'll taste my knee.
It's gonna be the closest I get to Trump.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
and she'll
Hillary
tweet
could have
that shit
fucking.
out.
If it were a fist fight, they're always
Oh,
like, "Oh, we
Hillary
need
whooped his
politicians to
ass.
fist fight." Oh my God, she would have beat the shit out of him.
She would
Fuck.
have wiped him.
Oh, holy
It
shit,
would have been one-sided fist fights all over again.
Donald, you're not gonna grab this pussy. But how about this queef? She just would have fucking queefed on him. You know what I mean? Like she would have fucking ripped him apart. Holy shit, Trump could not fight Hillary Clinton.
No,
That's
for
like
sure.
that's yeah, that's
Cut
cruel
off,
and unusual.
cut off all his hair at the end just to spite him.
What do you mean cut? Just
Yeah.
blow it off.
Yeah, they're lighting
Just finish the
Trump
last
up.
bit of glue that's on there. That last bit.
There's
Yeah.
no glue there, man. Come on. He really has it.
Yeah, you're right.
He has like a string that you can
He do
see.
look straight like a peen.
Yeah,
He has
Trump
like,
is
he has
getting
like
his
two
ass.
strings that go around the year. That's one of the things that to pay on.
She's gonna be like, I'm gonna make you the woman, and it's gonna get
Oh,
fucked
you
up.
think
Chad.
you think Bill could beat Hillary?
No.
No, definitely not.
No.
Maybe
Oh,
okay,
you're
maybe
right.
in Bill's prime, but not now. Jesus.
Get you a woman that you can control. Men, this is actually good advice.
Oh.
Look
No,
at Bill.
fellas,
not-
get you a
Not
woman
close that.
who will kill your enemy.
Yeah, I want me a woman that'll wipe my enemies from the face of the earth.
Yeah.
I can just see the fight beginning. He walk into an arena, celebrity deathmatch style. Hillary just turns around. What are you doing here? I thought you was dead.
Yeah. Bill, you're supposed to be at home in the kitchen, barefoot
so
and
I had
pregnant.
to
Get your ass
Well, we're
home.
starting
apologize,
the
right?
fight. Oh
I'm
no,
guessing
no,
there was
he's
a bunch
dead.
of apologies once that shit happened
Yeah.
with Bill and the blowjob.
Oh yeah. He's still probably in the doghouse for that one. They made a huge public spectacle about it too. Oh,
Only because he got caught. She didn't care.
she didn't. Nope. She was like, oh, at least I'll get his.
It's
piece
one,
of
yeah, it's one less thing I have to be doing.
Yeah. I got real shit to be doing with plotting murders.
Bill,
Let's
put
not-
that sack down.
Yeah.
You do that all the time. It's not cool. Dork.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, no.
Yeah. Hill Dog wipes the floor with a lot of people in the Senate right now, I think.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, she wipes out so many of them. I should
Everyone
probably get my
except
shirt.
Obama.
Yeah. So right now, I'll tell you what, boys. The arrival was safe. I made it to New Florence, Pennsylvania.
New Florence.
What?
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
Florence.
They just
Yeah.
put new in front of all kinds of words, don't they?
That they do.
Yeah, they got like New York. It's gonna be this guy actually gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
Where's Old
I'm surprised-
Florence, Pennsylvania?
Where's
New-
Old Florence?
New Old Florence.
Yeah. But no, I've safely made it. So if you wanna come see me live tomorrow, just walk around town. You'll hear my voice. It's fine. It's like a 2-foot long town.
Yeah, he's
It's
the
like a
one-
2-foot long town. You're being
he's
generous
gonna be
to
the
New
one
Florence.
ranting in town square.
Yeah.
He's gonna be with his billboard around his neck, ranting
Yeah.
about
Gold.
primitive accumulation
Most-
and why that's bad.
And why
Mostly-
is it corn?
Actually, if you really want to piss me off, come over and haggle tomorrow.
Oh.
Because it's yard sale day in town. So come over and try to haggle me for a while if you want to watch me get angry.
I'll give you 20, 20 minutes for a 50-cent card.
Yeah.
Will you
I'm doing my
drop
show.
into
My stuff's pretty ready.
Yakate
Yeah.
Have you accepted Yakate Kukli as your Lord and Savior recently?
Nah,
I
we,
have
we
not.
got Ishtar. We got Ishtar.
Yeah, we're Ishtar. We're part of Ishtar gang.
That is true.
Homie. Bless it.
Bustin'.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Can y'all hear me?
Oh
Oh,
shit!
it's the
Yeah.
true horror.
It's the truest horror.
Oh my
What's
God!
up?
All five of we're all
Got
five on the
invaded
show
out
at
of
once.
Ukraine.
True. Before you get too far
Yo.
into anything, we got to know 55-year-olds or 550-year-olds. You got to fight them. Go.
Oh, fuck. I can't answer this question without making some kind of horrific school shooting joke.
Oh God.
Okay,
it
then
just-
Then
don't.
I
don't.
tried to formulate a riff of some kind, and just like this darkness just clouded my thoughts immediately.
It's okay if you don't comment on it. Then it's
Yeah,
fine.
that's
I
really
promise.
fine.
Patriotism.
I'm
It
gonna
will
have
not
to skip
reflect
it.
on your performance review.
I'm in too dark of a mood. You know, it's all these relentless political attacks against me, against people from our enemies. You know.
Can I
Yeah.
can I run something past you, True? Because I think you're the only one who will appreciate it.
Shoot.
I have been laughing for 3 days now with the phrase "Batman: The Dark White." That's it. It's just a dumb pun.
That's
I can't
good.
stop.
That's
He's
good.
Batman: The Dark White.
And who's our matchup for AOC?
Ooh, AOC. Marsha Blackburn.
Oh.
Huh.
What?
Yeah,
What were you guys talking about before I got in here?
Who's your matchup for Nina?
who's Nina? Oh, Nina Turner could she's definitely. I think she can 1-to-1 Hillary.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, for sure.
She's
2-1?
tough. I don't think
All
she's
right.
taking two.
We'll
nobody
ask
can
True
2-1
some of the
Hillary.
better ones. True. How many Trumps could one Obama take?
Shit. Like clones of Donald Trump, or just like Trump family members?
Clones
Because-
of Donald Trump.
Clones.
Because if it's
Exact
family members-
identical clones of Donald.
Because if it's family members, then Obama would beat all their asses until Barron Trump came up, and then it would be game over.
Barron.
Barron Trump would beat his ass. If it's clones of Donald Trump, though, he'd probably get through he'd get through the first 3 or 4, and then
Get this done.
I feel like he would wear himself out, right?
Ah, you're going with the wear out. Okay.
Because he would be taking him to the top rope and trying to do
All those cigars and jazz cigarettes.
a really dramatic slam at that point, and he would be
It's too much
cussing him
of a
out the
theme.
whole time. He would
Yeah,
be
he would be
losing his
dramatic.
breath. He would be talking shit the whole time, so he'd be losing his breath. He wouldn't be able to just beat his ass. He would have
I
to
don't
be
know.
saved.
I imagine he'd have quite a bit of nerd rage on that one.
At least
I
the
mean,
first couple.
We were putting it out to 30.
Yeah.
Just so pure raw. Fuck this dude.
Okay. All right. True. I got one for you. Ready?
Okay.
Okay. So 2 Madison Cawthorns, leg locked together to be one cohesive human,
Okay.
and versus Ted Cruz.
Okay. On this one, I think it's the 2 Cawthorns. I think
Ooh.
Cruz probably gets too distracted, thinking about like cool stuff he can post about how he beat the two Madison Cawthorns. Like
Yeah.
he's composing like a sassy like Twitter post about it in his head. And then when he's doing that, the lower Madison Cawthorn just like slices his Achilles tendon.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
it's
lower
Cawthorns on that.
Cawthorn. It's Cawthorns.
That's the one you got to watch out for. The upper Cawthorn is bullshit. It's the lower Cawthorn that's learned to walk. The lower Cawthorn that's learned to walk on his hands. That's the
Damn,
one
that's
with the
dangerous.
fucking the extreme upper body strength. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but that dude can pulverize a rotten tree with his bare hands. That motherfucker is back in town. That worthless piece of shit got fired, and now he's back in town, riding around with his fucking entourage. I straight up told those assholes, if you come near any of my fucking trees, I swear to God, these are not
60 cousins.
these are not for you to pulp for your Instagram. These are my trees. Take your ass back to fucking Skylarna. You book the whole thing out every weekend. Nobody else gets to go to Skylarna. It's such a fucking bummer. I don't know. I gotta sympathize. I mean, political attacks against me have escalated to such a ridiculous degree. I gotta sympathize with somebody who's getting smeared. You know, it's not fair.
True. I have to ask: are the political attacks because you've been having sex with your cousin for years?
Okay, you know that was how it started. But there was one just recently that I thought was really inappropriate. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but after I got back into this country, I hooked up with my longtime business associate, Dr. Umar Johnson. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Shout out Dr. Umar. You guys follow Dr. Umar on Twitter if you get a chance. That he's a blast. But just today, there was a fake video that was supposedly of me and him hanging out with a fucking snow bunny, and we would never do that. I would never, ever touch a white woman. Anybody that knows me knows that. But now it's all over Twitter. Oh, look at them, you know, all over the snow bunny. That would never happen.
I have no idea what's happening.
He was in the back.
Complete fabrication. It's a complete fabrication. You know, me and Dr. Umar were trying to discuss how sad it was that he didn't get to be the new Doctor Who. That was the original plan. They were going to call the new season Dr. Umar, and he was going to use his time machine to travel back in time, defeat Yakub, and destroy the white race. It was a great fucking plot. We wrote it together. The BBC censors bitched out. Probably because of that video, honestly. I don't know who believes that shit. I would never look at a white woman. I don't know who believes that I would do that. But, you know, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a hell of a thing, man, getting accused of dating a white woman.
It's fucking awful. It's
Not in your
fucking
life.
awful.
Never in your life.
Now all these other white women think I'm about that life. All out here posting all this. I would never do that. I don't know who thinks. I mean, I know that, you know, last week or a couple weeks ago, I was on this very show talking about fucking a horse, and I guess they thought that my standards had fallen that. Well, they ain't fallen that low. That's just a smear campaign.
Oh, well, what if it was Sarah Jessica Parker?
I mean, like,
Kind of close, right? Close to a horse.
I mean, like, I don't appreciate that. I know you've been following the political attacks against me. That it is
We've
true.
been making them.
It is true that my horse's name is Sarah Jessica Parker, but that is just a coincidence. When I bought that horse, that was the horse's name, and it's not even intentional. Somebody just mistook the horse for Sarah Jessica Parker,
and you can't go changing a horse's name.
No, you can't. Even if it was mistaken for an actress that looks like an aging horse.
Yeah.
You can't. The horse answers to Sarah Jessica Parker now, and that's just how that is. You can't. They're very difficult to train.
That's fair. That's fair. True.
Yeah.
I
They
don't
get.
know,
They make
man.
great. They make great bribes, but they're very difficult to train.
Did you say
It takes a
bribes
lot
or
of time.
brides?
Bribes. They make great bribes for your
Bribes. Okay.
masseuse or your cousin that has the weird fuck videos or whoever. They make excellent bribes, but it
Yes.
just takes so much time.
Yeah,
What?
Sarah Jessica Parker dropped off the map after you locked her in the barn, huh?
I
Yeah.
mean, I mean that's that's a last known position. I mean that's not legally actionable. That's if there's no further information after that, that's only a last known position. That's not actionable in court. What the fuck has been going on over here while I was out of the country, you guys? This is a shit show. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I
You
just
missed-
listened to the information. That's all.
You missed 50 years of stuff in like 6 months.
Just to be clear,
It
too,
seems that way.
you left a less dangerous war zone.
I guess I did. I guess I did. When I left, we were talking about building back better, and now
we're
I
talking
get
about
back.
food shortages.
I got back. There's nothing to build back better with. It's a fucking disaster over here. I
Yeah.
would be kicking it up. I would be kicking it up at Skylarna if that little fucking prick Cawthorn didn't get fucking fired like an idiot. And then he's back there all the time.
Just lurking.
Or I guess technically he might still be in office. I don't know because he was at Skylarna every week when he was in office. So it's not functionally a huge difference, but I'm more pissed off about it now.
Right, because you feel like you almost had a chance.
Right.
Yeah.
So can
Man,
you?
guys sound?
Oh no, go ahead.
You guys sound really good. You guys must have made some technical improvements. I probably sound like shit right now.
No, you sound
Yeah.
Oh, you sound
That
alright. You
sounded
sound-
a bit better.
I haven't been able to use my home studio in my posting dungeon for months because of this fucking work schedule.
Yeah, we missed you, buddy.
Well, me and Dr. Umar, we were making, the action figures for the season of Doctor Who that was going to be all about him before we got shit canned by the stupid fucking BBC because they saw that fake Snow Bunny video.
Yeah.
It was going really well, man. It was going really well. We had action figures all ready and stuff. We had the Disappearing Rose action figure, for the first episode where she says, Doctor, where are we going to travel to in time and what are we going to do? And he says, well, I got good news and bad news. The good news is we're going to go a lot of places and we're going to do a lot of stuff. The bad news is if I'm successful, you'll disappear. So we had a little white lady Rose action figure that was going to vanish when the Doctor, defeated Yakub.
Yeah.
But I don't know now. It's all up in the air.
I know.
They said they were going to go with a different black guy, and I was like, well, I mean, I get it, but that was a fake fucking video. Neither I nor Dr. Umar would ever be caught dead breathing the same air as a white woman. That just wouldn't happen.
Right.
And we
Yeah.
know that about you, Drew. That's why we maliciously spread those rumors and photos.
Entirely.
Severely doctored photos.
Yes.
I'm glad that somebody knows that. I'm glad that
the
somebody
most
knows that.
severe
because
for our truth.
it's all over the internet. I'm glad that somebody still trusts me.
Yeah. Well, we trusted you to be really, really mad at us for those attacks.
I mean, look, it's fine. I got my horse back. I got my horse back from my cousin. I got Sarah Jessica Parker back. She's You know, she's hitched up outside. She's having a delicious crispy apple. You know, and it
That sounds
doesn't
good.
matter. It doesn't matter about the BBC thing. It doesn't matter. We'll take the pitch for the show somewhere else. It doesn't have to be Doctor Who. It's just a fucking they just shove whatever short story in that format that they want anyway. We'll do a whole separate series
About Sesame
time traveling
Street.
about time traveling to eradicate the white race. We'll do a
Yeah.
whole separate series. It doesn't have to be in a phone booth. That shit's
That
dumb
sounds
anyway.
lovely.
That shit was played out in the 90s. We'll have a much better Hotep time machine than a phone booth.
Hotep
That's
Time
beautiful.
Machine. That'd be a much crazier movie.
Oh yeah.
That sounds like a great
it's gonna be
band name.
fantastic. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to have everything you want, you know? Dr.
Why haven't-
Umar and his
Well,
Huh?
No, I was just gonna ask, why haven't we done that yet? Then
Oh
you know,
yeah,
Hotep
yeah, you're
time
right.
machine.
The time travel paradox. I forgot. Yeah, like what I really should do is I should just plan to build a time machine at some point in the future, and then once I'm sure that I'm going to do that, then I will have done that, and then the white race will disappear from the earth, finally
Yeah.
removing the stain of its evil. Yeah, before we do that though, I don't want anything to happen to you or like John. You guys got to
Well,
make
we're
sure you
Jews.
get well, I know, but you guys got to check with the Zionists and make sure you're Jews today. You
Yeah,
know?
we're Jews now. Yeah.
Okay, but just make sure though, because the Zionists are weird about whether you guys are Jews or not, and I think they're in charge of that. I'm not sure.
They're not. We own that.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure. Just make sure that we do it on a day when it was time to count the Jews. And that way there's no mistakes in the time continuum. I don't want to be responsible for that.
Or for the
No,
counting.
Don't fuck up the timeline.
Lord knows there's enough mistakes being made out there. Hey, shout out to a lady on Twitter that a couple of nights ago she posed the question, do you mean to tell me that Marxism just extends equality to everyone without adding anything to it, without adding like bourgeoisie feminism to it? Shout out to that lady. I already said this or posted this other places, but now I'm just going to say it again. Yes, ma'am. That is what we're telling you. We're
That's
telling
the
you that
idea.
we're telling you that in 1850 a guy figured out that if you shared everything, things would be more equal. And since then, we haven't been able to do the stuff that we came up with to do in 1850, and that's why you guys have done all this other shit. Yeah, that's exactly what we're telling you. But I expect I'm going to read that exact same post anytime anybody types the word Marxism into Twitter until I'm in a hole in the ground. Does that sound about right?
That sounds about right. You
Yeah.
figured out the trick.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. You know, that's cool. I'm cool with it.
You don't sound
Can
cool.
you guys still hear me? I'm making some logistical changes here.
It sounds
Yeah,
good.
It's improving, yeah.
That's good. That's good. Cuz I'm at a job where I'm doing logistics right now. But I've done a lot of logistics, and it's Friday night and there's nobody else here, and I don't think anybody's going to have a problem with me and Sarah Jessica Parker just kind of clip-clopping around in the parking lot here.
Well, if there's no one there, there's no one to tell on you.
That's a good girl. You enjoy your apple, sweetie. I'm sorry that my cousin doesn't know how to correctly satisfy a horse.
No face, no case.
Oh Lord.
Oh God.
God damn it.
Oh Lord.
This is exactly like last time that I was trying to do a serious bit for about 15 minutes. And then some motherfucker said something that I had to laugh at, the same person that just did.
I aim to disrupt.
I do believe it was a it was a pull from borscht to purple soda, I do believe.
Purple drink, yeah, purple borscht.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just completely derailed my whole Azov Battalion bit.
It was good. It was a good bit. It was a good.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Yeah, it made me.
The purple drink amplified.
Yeah, you made me genuinely uncomfortable. That's all. You did good.
That shit was super funny to me. Like the week that we did that bit was the first time I had really, like, people were telling me like Reddit idiots were going over there, but I didn't really believe it.
And then
And
they
then like
were.
that,
And then they were
like that day, I had read like 100 of the posts.
Oh
They
god.
did.
Like,
Times, huh?
like the jokes we did that night were barely an exaggeration.
No, it's pretty legit.
Any dumb shit that I said that night, like a real guy from Reddit did that exact shit, like
Yeah.
within the next few weeks after that.
Oh yeah, very quickly.
Yeah, they were
They
gearing
couldn't
up.
wait. They couldn't wait too. They was eager.
What's going on? What do you guys think? Do you think old Brandon is giving him the do you think old Brandon is giving him the thumbs down? Do you think he's subtly hinting that after you run through your 40 bill of guns, it's over with, fellas?
No, I think he's
Yeah.
commit. I think
No,
I
yeah.
think the arrangement. I think the arrangement works very well for people who want to sell guns.
Yep.
Oh, definitely. That's why I thought it was weird when I noticed their support wasn't quite as full throated the last couple of days. I thought it was really strange. It seemed like a win-win for everybody that loves selling guns and proxy wars and this weird alternate reality we live in now where the nuclear deterrent just is like off the table or whatever.
Well, the polling data is definitely very real on that. It's one of those things where like it is genuinely too close to those tragedies for them to comfortably
Mhm.
talk about it and pretend like it wasn't a tragedy.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, shut up.
Well,
Yeah, that's
they
basically-
know how to shut up. They know how to shut up about stuff when they need to.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was literally the playbook for the NRA whenever the fucking Columbine happened. They talked
Well.
about it. They're just like, we're going to shut the fuck up and we're going to tell people it's too soon and they need to shut the fuck up too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
well, I mean, in regards to the school shootings, right? Like, what happened was like they've gone out, they've done this little song and dance, and then immediately Schumer's like, "Well, time to take a vacation. Once the vacation's over, everybody's gonna be arrested, and it'll be fine. We can vote on gun legislation." But like, in 9 days, like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Like in this country. So what's
More
going to happen?
shootings, no? That was weird because sadly there's been a bunch of well, I've been seeing the news. There's been a bunch of shootings all of a
Yeah.
sudden. Is this
There's-
a media
there's-
trick? Is this an amplification to dissuade the public? I don't know.
Well,
Go ahead.
I think you might be on it because it just really seems like that after there was a couple that were real tight together last year. The last one that I remember being in a string of ones that were real tight together was that cat popped a bunch of fuckers in California at some type of fucking bougie ass like garlic avocado toast festival or some horse shit. And then after that, it seemed like the feds were rounding up the fuck out of him, right? Like the headlines after that suddenly changed to, kid caught with MLP cum jar pipe bomb or whatever, like every couple of days, like was the headline because they were rounding them the
that
fuck
was so
up, right?
bad.
But like now it seems like all of a sudden they forgot how to do the very easy job of just going online, reading a sentence that says, "Yo, I am about to shoot up the school, fuckers," and then going to that guy's house, which it seemed like they had been pretty consistently doing until all of a sudden they just like fucking forgot how to do that. So I'm like,
I think
I'm
all of a
like-
sudden was when Black Lives Matter happened.
yeah,
Yeah.
that feels right, yeah.
well, in terms of the shooting frequency, like nothing's changed. It's just they bothered to like report it because I think they want to make it look like Brandon's intending to do something.
Yeah.
But I mean, Brandon's not.
He intends to hide and crawl behind his core numbers.
Do you think if it's some alternate universe where Beto O'Rourke wasn't a failure Gen X douchebag that just wants to lose so he can pout and skateboard off into the sunset to, like, sad
Ooh.
punk music or whatever? Like, do you think in an alternate universe where Beto O'Rourke could beat Ted Cruz, how sad would it be after he got into power and we had to listen to him trying to get gun legislation passed for however long and then just get defeated and crushed? Can you imagine looking at a pouting Beto O'Rourke like every time Texas comes up for like the next like 2 years or 4 years?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it just,
I can imagine that.
Yeah.
like it when he was first like spouting off about it, probably right after the last really horrible school shooting, Parkland, after Parkland, when he was spouting off about it, it was still possible to picture some kind of common sense gun legislation, something like their old assault rifle ban or whatever. Guys are going to get around at bump stocks and everything, but something. But now it feels like there is zero chance that any further gun legislation will ever be passed in this country.
Well,
And I could be wrong, but that's just my gut,
I mean, I can say this, right? I can say this. It would be passed, relatively speaking, pretty quickly, right? Once Joe Manchin's constituents are like, no, we don't want our kids shot, right? And there's enough of them that he would have to cave. But the problem is they'd have to get rid of the filibuster. So as long as the filibuster exists, there's no imagining any beneficial legislation will go through. That's why it exists. It's to stop that, right? Like, that's what it's there for. So, Beto doing this big impassioned speech about how people are supposed to just feel good. Like, Republicans, like, don't have to feel good. They just have to ride this out.
Yep.
And they're doing it like champs. And then Chuck Schumer made it easier because it's like, well, we're going on vacation. See you, fellas. Woo, hope this calms down.
What is like my plan? I'm just gonna do a I can't think her first name, but her last name was Gomez. Jank Reptiliano. Either one of you guys, I'm sure, has seen this about the Uvalde thing. There was a woman, can't recall her first name, last name Gomez, who was working on a farm up the road. You guys seen this story?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm super excited to tell you guys about this because it's once again, it is people of Hispanic or Latin descent just owning just dumbass, slow, stupid white people. Okay, so she's working on a farm up the road. She hears that the school where her kids are is getting shot up. She goes to the school, to Uvalde. They put her in a fucking cop car. She knows a couple of those guys from living around town. She talks her way out of the cop car.
Oh, I
She
remember
says,
this.
okay, yeah. She says, okay, I'm going to get out of your way. She goes around back of the school. She hops the fucking fence. She goes inside. She picks up her kids and she sprints the fuck out of the school with her own kids. Like, that right there, that is,
They got how many cops there and they can't secure a perimeter?
The thing is,
I
the
mean-
cops only function to secure perimeters, right? That's the thing.
And they
Well,
didn't do it.
Yeah.
Has anybody pointed out that, like, if you look at that list of victims, they look awful Latino, and I think that shooter was a white kid. So like
it's a
They went around
white
with that, but-
passing-ish kid.
Yeah,
The
it's a
kid's
white passing
name is
Latino kid.
Hispanic, but yeah, definitely. Like he don't look like like a Warner Brothers cartoon character. He just looks like he could pass for white,
Yeah, has anybody been brave enough to point out that, like, it really feels like the cops are like, well, you just shoot Latino kids, who gives a shit?
It does seem that way.
It really does.
Because I also saw a story.
Then they go, oh, they're both Latino, and then everybody's just like rolls an eye, and then we move on.
I also saw some shit that said that the local cops that had kids of their own in there made a first pass to get their kids out. So again, like
There was cops in there who went in there, got their kids, and left.
But like we won't know the exact details of this for a while, maybe ever, because
Ooh.
as you guys have probably heard, reporters aren't allowed on the grounds anymore. for some
Versus
reason.
versus battle. Who's more
Shots and clear.
useless, the Uvalde cops or Congress or the
Ooh,
Democratic
see.
Party? Oh,
Oh, that's
Ooh.
a hard toss up right there.
I think it's the D-triple-C, man. I think it is the DN motherfucking C takes the fucking cake, man. I
they
think
are
that it's
quite useless.
the most massively useless. I mean, it's useful for somebody, just not us or anyone we know or
Or
Yeah.
any of our
anyone
family.
that they know.
No, I don't know. It did its job for old Hill Dog pretty well. Kick
Mhm.
Bernie
Yeah, well,
out in an instant.
Yeah, see, like
Yeah.
So
that
that's
they can
1 out of
do.
7 billion.
They should have told they should have told the cops in Uvalde that there was a fucking socialist in there. They should have told the cops in
Yeah,
Uvalde that there was a
he's
democratic
past.
socialist
A black
teacher in
man.
there.
They should have.
I
They
He
should
mean,
have
was
been
in
like.
there.
no?
They should have
You
been
know,
like. They should have been on the phone. They were like, "Hey, we got a black man passing out communist literature in the
There's
elementary
a
school right now.
there's a
Send
black
He's
help."
in there.
teen. He's got Skittles.
He's in
They
there
would have lit.
teaching
They would have lit that
CRT to your
room up.
kids. He's in there doing critical race theory right now, boys. So safety's off.
Yeah.
it also shows they're massive cowards. We already know that.
He's trying to
Mhm.
teach kids about abortion. I
40% of the
repeat. I
what was
repeat.
it?
He's trying to
40%?
teach kids about abortion. Extreme prejudice.
The most fucked up thing I
Got
think
long
lately.
hair.
All the reactionary stuff, like I don't know if you guys saw Jack Prilosec's moronic
Yes.
post about Pizza Hut having the drag queen book on a reading list. Like the most moronic thing about it is that they seem like they don't remember being in school.
Yeah.
Like when I was in school, a lot of my teachers were like fucking horrible redneck chuds, and I didn't listen to any of the dumb shit they said. But a couple of my teachers, like, were also like sort of out of place libs that were stuck down here. And while they were nicer, I didn't really listen to any of the stupid bullshit they were talking about either because it was school. Like I just don't, I
Yeah.
think people are overestimating the influence that an educator has on you when you're 10 years old and you're watching every second tick off the clock before you get to play Fortnite again.
I mean, to some degree, I don't know. You got to understand something. The people who push those, like the Jack Priloseks and those idiot shitheads, right? Like, let's face it, they were either just shit students, right? That's why they're not very smart in public, or they were like little suck ups who listened to everything their shitty teachers said, right?
There you go. Yeah. Okay, now I can see that. Yeah.
This probably points out to what actually happens in a school under a capitalist economy, right? Because what is the function of a school for a
I
capitalist
mean,
economy? To generate the next.
post-COVID, it just seems like a closet to put your child in while you go do the essential job of bringing Grubhub to a bunch of fucking fat treat
Yeah,
hogs.
the daycare, right?
It's socialization, aka breaking your child down for the work.
Yeah, that's definitely important
Yeah,
also,
you
yeah.
want to make them the next generation of proletariat or whatever.
That little
Yeah.
fucker has to understand, like, when a bell rings, you go here, and you got to wait for this time, and if you have to piss too many times, they're gonna come kick the door down to see if you're smoking or whatever. Like that little fucker has to
Don't be late.
understand that he's on a schedule.
And this probably points out to some incongruence because if kids are not actually paying attention, it's because they kind of intuit that this education is not fulfilling. It is not something that actually teaches what they want to know. So because eventually kids are going to want to know the other stuff too anyways. So if they want to look out math, they're going to look up math and so forth.
Yeah.
But the way it's organized right now, it shows you the bare essentials, and they're not going to pay attention to that. But I'm not a pedagogist. It's just me
Hang on,
spouting off.
hang on, you guys, one second. No, she's not signing autographs. No, leave me alone. It's not Sarah Jessica Parker. It's my fucking horse, all right? God. No.
I
Sorry.
thought you put her in the
Fucking
barn. Come on. Man.
security fucking with me. No, I was riding her around, letting her get a little air, you know. It's
Yeah.
nice. It's nice out here
Paparazzi
tonight.
gets out sometimes.
You know.
Stretch your hooves.
Yeah.
All right, true. Bareback or saddle?
Well, the thing about that is that
Oh
even though
God.
the saddle is more comfortable for the rider, if you don't ride bareback, you can't like develop the close personal relation. No, I just told that fucker it's not Sarah Jessica Parker. It's a fucking horse. I don't know what the difference is, but she's not signing your fucking autograph. God damn it. I'm gonna clippity clop around the other side of this building really quick. There's too many fuckers mistaking my horse for beloved American actress Sarah Jessica Parker. I mean, look,
Beloved.
it's a I do crimp the mane, okay? So it's partly my fault. Okay?
Ah.
The mane is crimped and hot ironed on a daily basis, and it does have little bows in it. But that's just, you know, that's neither here nor there.
But yeah, are you giving her highlights? That's the question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, she naturally had the highlights. I mean, this is a good looking horse, all right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you guys think if I'm out here, you know, fucking some ugly horse. I mean, maybe that is what everybody thinks. I mean, you know, the whole internet thinks that I would be caught dead in public with a Caucasian female. I mean, I don't, you know.
You don't
know
even
what
want to
that's
live on this
about.
planet anymore.
No, I don't. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that shit where fucking Brandon told Musk to fuck off to the moon or whatever?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Did he?
Yeah, that shit owned. Okay, that's over now. Everything else about Brandon sucks fucking ass. But that one thing was cool.
I don't
If
know. I
you,
find his approval rating pretty funny.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's pretty shit that when, like, you know, Brandon can't literally tell when he is or where he is, that he's still able to dunk on Elon Musk. Like, if I were
Yeah.
Elon Musk, like, I would just constantly contemplate suicide.
Regardless of they own or not, right?
He needs a little help.
Well,
We got
Do you think he's fucked around too much and he's now on the verge of finding out? I mean, rich people never really find all the way out. They find out a little bit sometimes. Do you think he's fucked around too much? Do you think he's looking at some substantial losses after the whole fucking Twitter fake thing?
I think his next move is to run for office. Because now he has to, like, now he feels like, man, the whole country doesn't like him, so now he's got to make, it's like,
Didn't he just fire a bunch
And
of
what
people?
better place to go when everyone hates you than Congress?
yeah,
He fired a bunch of people recently, right?
threatened to.
That's kind of a downgrade for him though, because he, you know what I mean? He's got the money. That he already owns Congress.
But they don't, what they don't like is the feeling that everybody gets to make fun of them, right? They think that if they go into Congress, like, this is how delusional they are. They think if they go into Congress, then everybody has to, like, respect them.
Yeah, they can't just.
I'll
be
show
rich.
him the
They have to-
respect.
They have to have a public image too that's actually likable.
Yeah.
I want it now.
They want it all.
You know, what they're
They-
trying to do is they're trying to fire their middle managers, right? Because they're like, you know, everybody hates us. You're not everybody's supposed to love us. You know, and like in their minds, it's like, you haven't done your job, so get out of the way. I'll do your job for you. But like, they don't understand that nobody likes politicians. Like, for some reason, they think, like, outside of Bernie, that these people are liked.
Why would they think
When-
that?
Like, really, at this point, it's just a front-facing accumulator for the wrath of the public, right? Like, at
Yeah.
this point, like Mansion and Cinema are just like fucking cartoon punching bags, right? Like, she's even been playing it up since she did the hilarious thumbs down thing. Like, I remember when she did that, I was still mad at her, but like, when she does stuff now, I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, look.
It's like
We
I'm
got the
being
circus
courted to be
politics.
angry at you.
We got the circus politics. We got them both over here, over in Mexico. Most places are like you have a cabal of politicians that are like simultaneously really hated and adored somehow, just enough to stay in office.
Yeah.
So it's just the same shit. Like just this dumbass said something else, and then it becomes viral.
Well, I mean, we complain about it all the time and the powerlessness and everything. But I mean, maybe we should, I mean, just because we're podcasters don't mean we can't run for office. I mean, we would want to be really careful, though. We would want to be really careful that we didn't try to run for office in a district that already had a really good left candidate, because that would just split the vote. I mean, that would be like the dumbest, fucking lamest, most awful thing a person could do, even if they had been, a pretty good podcaster and newscaster for a long time. You guys didn't see the shit. You guys didn't see the shit I'm talking about yet, did you?
It's
No,
about the
what?
Mueller she wrote. It's about her.
You will see it. You will see the stuff
All
about a New York Senate race.
Wait,
I
what's
almost
going
want
on?
I almost want Dan to look up the
Alright,
New
hold
York
on.
Senate race right now so I can hear how mad he's going to get about this.
Okay, who? No, you have to tell me, because if I look it up, it might disconnect me from the call.
Does the phrase Namiki Gate mean anything to you?
Wait, what?
A lady that I used to think was really nice is doing some ill shit in a New York Senate race right now. There already was a candidate. It looked like a pretty decent left candidate, which you only really get in New York or California. Like, I mean, they're dim socks or whatever, but it's something, right? And then all of a sudden, our once quite credible Nomiki Kunst, formerly of Majority Report, maybe still is sometimes,
She is.
enters the race, right? And then after she does that, people look up all this weird shit about her, which I haven't even had time to see if any of these claims are credible yet. But it is starting to look pretty bad for somebody that, shit, I used to tune in and listen to a lot. Back in 2017 when I had Trump derangement syndrome and I was
Give us
like,
some clues.
like I'm not gonna. I want to see the way this one shakes out before I make any hard statements on it. But currently, it appears to the casual observer that she has entered a race where there's really nothing that is going to happen except that she's going to split the vote on the left. Like, it's really bizarre. Like, this stuff happens from time to time. Somebody that you feel like, was a person that you did trust in media just kind of does one of these things.
Well, hold on.
Is that my audio cutting out? I'm on a dog shit setup right now.
No, I
So
hear you
am
just
I.
fine.
Well, hold on.
Testing.
Oh. It's all
Can you
falling
guys
apart
still
on
hear me?
us.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I can still hear you.
What in the
Let me look
fuck?
this shit up. Let me look this shit up because this is like very Sons of Trier wheelhouse, this story. Okay, here we go. So her latest post about it. Her latest post about it is she's retweeted a guy who's like, just found out Namiki's running for state senate. She's amazing. Wish her all the best. Yeah, that's how I felt too until I started reading some of this stuff. And then the first post underneath this is a cat that pops up and says, why is she running against a DSA endorsed candidate? No replies. Somebody else posts the competition, Kristen Gonzalez, the aforementioned DSA candidate, just puts the word no and posts a picture of Kristen Gonzalez. But if somebody with more name rec comes in, it kind of doesn't matter, right? Like she could legitimately get this thing because everybody knows who that lady is. It's Namiki, watching that lady for years. I'm still scrolling her feed, try to find some more of this stuff.
She
Yeah,
got
pretty
up.
much every single post in her feed is people being like, "Hey, wait though, we already had a candidate. She's good, Kristen Gonzalez." Like, this to me is an interesting thing. This only happened today, so I'm not surprised that it's only me that is stuck doing logistics for way too long in this fucking racism factory that was like bored enough to actually be scrolling this deep. Oh my god.
You stuck in
People
it
are
now, huh?
saying people are saying some rude things in this thread. Well, I'll let you guys and the listener find that on your own.
Yeah, what in the shit is what I'm trying to figure out, because like I see a lot of people I've never seen before attacking her, and I'm seeing that Kristen Gonzalez is receiving money from Act Blue, so I'm not going to lie.
Right. It may be that the DSA endorsed candidate wasn't actually that progressive after all. And Kunst, who we've watched for years on Majority Report, is the better deal. That may be the case. I don't fucking know because I don't follow New York politics closely enough. I just thought it was wild, right? Completely wild for like a place where, generally speaking, they are getting some progressive candidates in there, right? Like, I guess that makes sense why everybody would get so riled up for anybody to like, you know, get off that plan or whatever. But again, I ain't on the ground in no New York. I'm down here in a racism factory in a forest on a horse, you know? I don't know.
With a whole bag
Wait,
of
no.
apples.
Miss Parker is not answering any questions about a new Sex in the City movie. Miss Parker is not answering your questions, sir. She is busy. Can you not see that she is enjoying her apple? Fucking rude ass security guard.
Wait, she can talk?
Yeah,
Well, if you give them peanut butter,
looks like
and then you stand
Kinda looks
on
right.
the other side of them.
That's a
you
common
give 'em
misconception. They're actually reading the response of the person and not reading and not understanding the language. It's the Mr. Ed effect.
Holy shit! What is this? U.S. Capitol Police arrest man with fake badge, body armor, and high cap mags. What
I
the
see.
fuck is this?
I see. Like I said, I see a lot of. I see a whole lot of liberals who don't like her, and I see Bitcoin grifters backing her opponent.
Ooh, maybe
Yeah,
that's what it is. Maybe it was the DSA that was going to pull the old here's a progressive and then surprise switcheroo. Now
I mean,
I gotta listen. I gotta listen to Majority Report next time they're on because I hadn't listened to the show in quite a while.
I mean, that's what they did with it's what they did with Elizabeth Warren, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Oh, it definitely is. Now that is an interesting bridge to make there. Shit, you know what else has got me thinking about? Wasn't that long ago that I was in Atlanta, and when I was down there, DSA was out, you know, because they knew a bunch of people were down there for Chapo played there in February and shit like that. When I was down there, DSA was all over the place. But then I was hearing through some very reliable back channels that they had right before that event, you know, they had purged a lot of membership. So that it may be, I mean, I don't know, man. I wanted those kids, man. I wanted those kids to have their thing. But
Well,
it just it seems like every time
DSA.
we read about them,
I'll say this: like with the DSA, take it for what your chapter is worth.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It's a big. Your mileage may vary. Like the DSA in New York is, I mean, relatively routinely European socialist in economic aims, and relatively speaking, good on politics. Now they're national, right? The national sided with Warren over Bernie, which was dumb as fuck because then local DSAs were breaking off left and right to go to Bernie, right?
Right. One of the most ludicrously stupid things to have happened in recent memory.
Well, they literally,
But
like, legitimately, the National was like, well, we think Warren has a better shot than Bernie, which is like, her, the one who's polling who's losing in every state, including her home state.
Well,
You
that's
know, it's
a
that
recipe
Liberty
for
Green.
success.
It's
Yeah.
that Liberty Green, man. They saw that Liberty Green and that color. It just makes you feel so calm and comforted, you know?
Green.
Yeah, no kidding. So it's off the cuff here. It's kind of hard to say. I mean, I'll say this, like I said, there are a lot of liberals who are talking about her splitting the left vote, which, like, when liberals say you're splitting the left vote, what I hear is, I hear shit. We've been caught.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
Like,
I
oh
can
shit.
see that. This
So
is why I miss getting to do the show all the time with you guys, because this is a fucking live show. Like I really miss getting to do this with you guys, because you guys know I enjoy podcasting because I'm always involved in some kind of logistical operation. I'm always driving somewhere. I'm always trapped in some fucking warehouse or factory. I burn a lot of audio content, okay? But this is
yeah,
why Sons of Trier listener is your pick for a live podcast, because these motherfuckers genuinely didn't know about this shit. These are fresh live takes, folks. We are
yeah,
not gonna go. We are not gonna go let this shit cool off for 24 hours and then edit it like a bunch of pussies
nope,
to come out on.
That's
nope.
that's
Apologize.
totally
And
fair.
apologize when we're wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
No
We can't
apology.
monetize. We can't monetize for advertising, and we genuinely, most of us didn't know about it. One of us finds out a nugget, and we throw it to the chat to see what happens.
Yeah.
You do your
Well,
theory live. You do it real. You react with the human body and see what the hell happens. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't know shit. I will look up more. I promise. I will dig further into this. But all I know is when I see libs talking about splitting the left vote, all I heard
Yeah.
was, "Ah, shit, we got caught again."
Yeah. You know, the Warren thing, it is one of the most ludicrously stupid things for an organization to have done in recent political memory. But so much dumb shit has happened, I completely forgot about it until you mentioned it.
Yeah, no, I remember that one pretty well. They said the national. Keep in mind, it was the national because independent DSA chapters were like, "Yeah, no, we're not siding with the national on this one. Bernie's clearly our candidate." And
Right.
mind you, like those locals were also like, even though they were like in fucking Ohio or whatever, we're still like, yeah, no, we endorse like I don't know, like AOC or whatever. So it's not like they were like fucking Maoists or some shit. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
they just
Right.
when they were picking candidates to back, they were like most. In fact, what had happened was the chapters had voted. They totally pulled a Democrat maneuver. Most of the chapters had voted in favor of Sanders' endorsement, and then the national voted in favor of Warren, and then they reweighed the national vote to weigh more than the local vote.
Oh my God. Yeah, I feel like it's 2020 again. Oh my God, that primary was the biggest shit show that I've ever seen since I've been alive.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, no, I mean, honestly, though, had they not just fixed it in favor of Biden, that primary was great for the Democrats. It drew attention, it grew crowds, it was bloody as fuck. Um,
Yeah.
it let you draw battle lines. Like in that regard, it was very healthy because the first thing you have to do when you have cancer is you got to figure out what's the healthy cells and what's the fucking cancer.
Yeah.
You know, like where the
Speaking of
Democrats.
speaking of speaking of 2020 primary, shout out James Clyburn. Uh, shout out homie. Shout out James Clyburn from my own home state of South Carolina. The cat that told everybody that Ice Cream Joe was it, and we were all going to the sock hop, and that you ain't black if you don't vote for Joe Biden. And then everything turned around when the primaries came to this state. And just the other day, old Clyburn out there giving an interview, and he says, "Well, I just don't know what's going to move these polls. I just don't know." Suddenly, he doesn't have any answers. Isn't that weird, you guys? It was only 2 years ago that he was like,
Well,
"Brandon's going to build back better. We're all going to have ice cream." Isn't that weird, you guys?
no, it's not that weird. You got to figure, all right. So in that primary, like Bernie did make a fatal fuck up. Like Bernie, like you know, how Hillary didn't go to the like the blue wall, right? The blue wall states to lock up support there.
I wish that motherfucker went to the wall. Oh, the
Yeah.
blue wall. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry. I was thinking of a different wall.
Biden's team correctly figured out that if we just campaign in the South and completely ignore the North, we'll win. Like, Bernie did not have a strong Southern game. He had a strong coastal game. He had a strong Midwest game. He had kind of a shit Southeast game.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, let's be cold about it for a moment. Bernie did the thing that Hillary Clinton did and just presumed black people owed him the vote
Right.
instead of campaigning. And the second thing that Sanders didn't count on was that black people in the South are not like black people in the North.
No,
Black
they
people
really are not.
No, they skew more conservative in their lines of thinking. So, like, it's not uncommon for them to have that subtle bias like white folks do in the South, where they're like, oh, I
Yeah.
don't know about this Jew. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, black voters, they just aren't a monolith, They're just as
right,
complex and interesting and fucked up as any other kind of voter.
right.
And if you ever needed proof of that, just go look at Christian Walker's fucking feed. I mean,
Well, yeah, and like the other thing that didn't help is like Joe Biden's friends with the black political machine in places like Atlanta. So
yeah,
like the black political machine churns out reliable votes for the Democrats in strong numbers, but like it's a really conservative organization, right? It's a conservative political machine ultimately. Bernie had no ins with that machine. And who are you like Killer Mike can only, I'm gonna be reductive for a moment, but Killer Mike can only do so fucking much.
yeah.
You know,
Oh God.
It's not a
Cardi,
great look when you got a hit song out called "Kill Your Masters" and then later that same year you ask somebody to please not throw Molotovs at properties. Like, it's not a great look.
yeah. Well, like,
Makes it look like maybe you're not that committed to the struggle.
well, no. And then, like, honestly, like,
Like
let's
bitch
also
in
be clear
here.
here. What's that?
It smell like bitch in here.
Yeah. Well, it's the same reason that Danzig lives in a really shitty house in L.A. Right? Like he tries to make it look like
Mhm.
a Victorian England rot fest. It's not really. You're not. You don't seem like you're living it. You seem like you can say it convincingly, but when it comes time to live it, you're like, no, invest in my bank. You know what I
I
mean?
heard an interesting take about this recently. Some gentlemen were discussing how weird it was to go to even now still to go to punk rock shows where the lead singer is like, all right, everybody, we're gonna live fast, we're gonna die young, we're gonna leave good-looking corpses. Fuck the state, fuck everything. Oh, there's no meaning to anything. Nihilism. Everybody, make sure you got your mask on. Like,
Yeah.
it's a weird cognitive dissonance that's happening there. Like,
Describe
there's
strange.
no yes, like there's no movement left that really can like hew towards like pure, like the last pure thing that happened was that one dude set himself on fire for climate change, and that shit was in the news for like shit 2 seconds.
Yeah. Well, no, I
Like
mean,
Was it
that's
like
the
a couple
last
years
dude I
ago?
saw.
If it
No, this
was.
was
Was it
a
a couple years
recent
ago?
one. This was a recent one. This was like the steps of the fucking Capitol building.
I remember hearing about it.
yeah. Yeah, it was a while ago now.
Like, that was the last time that I saw a guy actually believe his shit and prove it. And the last time that I saw it before that was a guy tried to one-man army take out the child detention center. You can imagine
Yeah.
what happened to that motherfucker.
Oh yeah. He fucking. I mean, he went with bombs though, man. He went ready. He just needed an army. You know what I mean? He
He
needed
needed,
some
a,
teammates.
he needed to round up some dudes at a raid at Harper's Ferry first.
Yeah, it was some
And
John
even if he'd
Brown.
have pulled all that shit off, they'd have still hung his ass.
Yeah. Well,
John Brown energy.
Well, on
damn,
that
man.
positive
You need
note,
that, right?
Hold on,
Yeah.
one more thing.
we
Like,
got
here's the
more.
thing, man.
Oh no, hit it.
Just a little more, right? So Killer Mike's problem is that like okay, if you compare him to the rest of the black political machine in Atlanta, right? If you juxtapose those two things, right? The black political machine in Atlanta pumps a lot of respectability politics. It pumps a lot of classic civil right gradual, like it pumps civil rights, but it pumps it through a lens of gradual grinded out change, and it pumps
Mhm.
a lot of you can accept and endure what you have. It's very religious in its organization. And Killer Mike emulates a couple of those things to resonate, but ultimately Killer Mike's message is like, he can. It's like you said, he can sing a song named "Kill Your Masters," right? He can sing that song, but at the end of the day, he and Cenk Uygur have the exact same political opinions on like billionaires and shit, which is like, yeah, it's fine if they have the money, that's okay. We can have the rampant wealth inequality, but
But
everybody
like,
should
get
be kind
money
of
out of politics, right?
yeah, but everybody should be nicer, which is like no, the the massive wealth disparity is the critical problem, right? So you're like,
Nicer kill your masters.
yeah, in the like yeah,
Kill
the
him with
song,
kill him
like
with
the
kindness,
song
my man.
Kill your
the
masters
song
with kindness.
kill your masters with kindness. The
That's
song
the
should
remix.
be
That's the remix. When it comes back out, it's going to be Kill Your Masters parentheses with kindness. I
well,
can't
yeah,
think who the guest MC
With
is.
rainbows and sunshine.
the motherfucker runs a bank and is like, I'm gonna default to Pascal Robert, right? I'm gonna default to the master on this one. Motherfucker, I don't give a shit if it is a black bank. I hate banks, right?
Hmm.
Like that's
There you
the
go.
problem here.
Yep, there you
So,
go.
you know, like it's not that's not the kind of leadership we need. Jake Uger the other day, just to get fucking out there, it's like it's not the fact that they're billionaires, it's what they're doing with it. Well, motherfucker, that's part of what makes them a billionaire. It's what they do. They
Right.
steal and they oppress people. Like they have to be billionaires. Like the things they do make them who they are. What kind of a fucking thing is this where somehow billionaire is some sort of identity classification that we have to treat like sacred?
Oh,
No,
it's a slur at this point. I think I've seen them leaning towards slur discourse with the term billionaire.
that's their fault. I mean, that's like saying that serial killers get a fucking bad rap and it's a slur. Well, no, motherfucker, it's the repeat murders that make you a bad person. We're just putting a label on it so we can discuss it. Like it's the awful shit that they do, right?
Yeah.
It's
It's that there's
fucking astounding.
it's that if they were gonna end world hunger and end climate change and save everybody, they probably would have done it by now.
Yeah, if that was the thing that they were going, if that's what billionaires did to be billionaires, then yeah. I mean, Bill Gates is like, I'm solving diseases. No, you're fucking mutilating people in Africa and you're creating a hostile political climate for your own advantage so you don't have to pay taxes. That's what you're doing. And you single-handedly try to destroy the fucking education system, empowered all these fucking goobers who are now like, maybe we just don't need elementary education.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
you know,
that was a pretty wild one to see. You know, they had 4 years under Trump. They had Betsy DeVos in there. They've been doing privatize the schools for 20 fucking years with
and
no success, and they finally figured out, oh, if we just stop arresting school shooters before they do it, that's
yeah,
it.
yeah, that's the thing that'll do it because it's unsafe to send your kids there. So it's like, because you notice these are never charter schools in. These are always public schools where these things are happening. And it's not, there's no fucking, nobody like, I mean, we do. Obviously, the left does. Like, we're not the first to be like, look at how fucking little the teachers are paid. Look how little the teachers are cared about. Look how little the students are cared about. Look at the shit food they're fed. Look at the fucking teacher to fucking student ratio. Look at the oppressive fucking educational regime itself. And then look at how these fucking kids are turning out. Shit tons of them are dying and some of them are doing the killing. Ain't that fucking weird that we keep finding nothing but fucking pedophiles and murderers in them? Well, yeah, it's because if you create fucking, like, it's everywhere else in society, you create shit poor economic conditions, fucking crime happens. Oh gosh, I wonder who fucking said that. The solution to crime is first and foremost alleviating poverty. Crime will fucking plummet because you got shit to do, you got responsibilities, you got something to live for. Oh gee, oh no, oh fucking wow, all this shit. Oh, just weird. It's weird that the only thing we do is afford them opportunities to buy fucking heavy armaments. That's where sometimes like when we get locked into gun control discourse, I kind of roll my fucking eyes because we're ignoring the obvious fucking class problem. These are kids who are fucking these are kids who are coming from broke fucking homes who are fucking aggressive to their peers and bullies because they're fucking abused as shit and doing fucking awful. right? And then they do that, and the right is just using child soldiers functionally to turn against other people's kids in a bid to get rid of fucking public schools. We don't talk about sending them to the fucking hog. We have Nancy Pelosi out there running around screaming how they need to somehow be stronger. I'm sorry, they have child soldiers. What fucking more do they need strength-wise? Nancy, you dumb old fuck. You useless old bat. Jesus Christ. They're allowed to have, like you remember in 2012 it was like Kanye 2012 or Cohen 2012 or whatever, the fucking African warlord?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Coney?
have-
It was
Yeah,
Coney, no?
Cody. Yeah. That's what America's turned into. You know, just because we have PlayStation 5s, like people are not like they don't see the fucking total similarities between a war-torn continent from imperialism because we have internal imperialism. Oh look, this is what imperialist societies look like. They fucking decay and rot unless they fucking just get over it. And we don't focus on that. We focus on like we got to ban the AR-15s. It's a stopgap. Like I don't like honest to God, I do believe the right wingers and they say like, well, people will just turn to knives. In this country, yeah, people will turn to fucking knives and machetes and axes and shit because we have a fundamental societal flaw. We have the right wing. It's the right wingers doing the crime. All they're doing is telling you like, if you take my gun away, I'll just murder people with this instead because they're the fucking problem and nobody fucking does anything about it. We're supposed to fucking respect their opinions and have civil discourse. Even the fucking assholes in the so-called revolutionary media, for the most part, are like, well, you have to have a civil discourse with them and try to beat them with your ideas. You beat them with your ideas because they're dumb as shit. Then they beat you with a fucking baseball bat or the butt of their fucking rifle before they pull the trigger.
Or
They're
their
fucking
boot.
animals. Go argue with a fucking wolf. You'll win the debate against the wolf, I promise you. And I guarantee that wolf will still fucking maul you.
Well, you got dark here at the end.
No,
Yeah.
you got precise. That's it. That's a tactical dance strike right there.
That
What?
is how Dan. You know what though? That's how Dan likes to end an episode. Let's get really fucking dark. We had our fun, but now it's time to be serious.
What? No, man. No. I do Miss Parker's hair. It's me. I do Miss Parker's hair. I know it looks very nice.
Jake, you
Thank
cut it
you.
whenever you want, man.
yeah. This is we're gonna take just a moment here. Good night, America. Be
Yeah, I'm
be
gonna
happy.
have to hand out some autographs, man. It's a pain in the ass. You gotta pick her hoof up and you gotta put it in the ink thing and then you put the hoof print on there.
Hey,
Go,
True,
strike,
real
go.
quick. This is super embarrassing, but before you go, real quick, True, can I get you to give me my copy of Hocus Pocus signed?
Oh yeah. Oh definitely. Yeah,
Oh,
no
thanks, bud.
problem.
Oh yeah, end the episode, but me too. Can you do that for me too?
Yeah, no problem. Miss Parker will get to everybody's requests after she finishes her apple.
Okay.
Okay, thank goodness. Night, guys.
Night.